Hey guys, this is List of Deaths, and I'm bringing you Ashes of Creation Developer Update. This is going to be dynamic seasons and weather with developers chatting about it. And I just wanted to go ahead and cover this game because it's probably going to be out within the next couple of years, two, three. We do not know or have a set date yet, but they have made significant progress. So I figured we'd check it out.
A lot of work behind the scenes as well, making our world look pretty and performant and making sure artists have their tools that they need, all the fun stuff.
I'm all over the place in this game.
running back and forth between character, environment, everything. And then we also have one of our environment artists, Mr. James. Is it Kurowski? Kurowski, right?
Yeah, it's Karowski. Hi, how are
Kurowski.
you?
Yeah, welcome aboard, buddy. This is your first time as well.
It is my first time, yeah.
We have a whole new crew on the live stream.
These guys are always gaining new people, whether it be graphics designers, animators, people that tell stories. You know what I mean? It's awesome to see. I really love it. It's good progress.
And this video is all about showcasing what everybody here is going to see here is something I don't recall having ever played a game where this is done. Have you guys ever played a game that has had these features we're about to see?
Not that I can recall, no. I mean, I can't even think of a single-player game that does this.
That's what I was trying to think of too. I was trying to think of like a single-player game that had done this, and I'm sure our community is going to be like, oh, they had weather here or there, but this is more than weather, right?
Modded
I
Skyrim.
think it's been done to a much lesser extent elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we pushed the envelope quite a bit here.
Yes,
Yeah.
and people actually, so viewing this video, people just saw on stream the teaser that kind of goes through and shows the cinematics in the engine, in the game for this area, right? So they already know there's some transitioning here, but it's really more than just a transition. It is actually a dynamic season tech that changes the state of the world across our biomes. And what biome are we in right now?
We are currently in the Riverlands biome.
I'm excited,
one of the
guys.
primary focuses of Alpha 1.
Alpha 2.
Alpha 2.
Yeah, Alpha 2. Yeah, no, that's right. It's the largest biome in Alpha 2, right?
Correct, and it's going to be where like the main Kalar, Aelin portal exists. So.
I'm looking at this snowy, wintry location, and even though we're in the Witherlands, it's weather and river. It's Witherlands. Even though we're in the Riverlands, that is one of the biomes that can experience kind of a really traditional season change, like what we're accustomed to, right? That people are going to see across all 4 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of we decided to take this to the extremes. So extreme weather,
Looks like
everywhere from like harsh, snowy, blizzardy kind of environment feels to lush green landscapes. So
4 seasons,
we
guys.
decided to tackle the hardest part first, which is making it very, very different between seasons.
Yeah, this is. Oh, by the way, I'm playing a Vec right now. Some of you saw the Vec in the character creator, but haven't seen it yet in game. This guy is just wanting to experience the amazing immersive world that you guys have created here.
Let me just say, the only thing that could possibly ruin this game is them monetizing it the wrong way.
Okay, so we are in the Riverlands, and we are currently in the winter season. So we have obviously a couple things going on here. We have the landscape itself, the environment itself has changed, where there's no leaves that are on the trees, there's snow that's piling up on the rocks, the ground. I mean, go over what you have to do to transition a biome like the Riverlands into a winter season.
Whew. So it's the terrain materials, and there's many materials that get applied to the terrain, and each one, accepts snow at a different rate, a different intensity. And there's the assets that all get kind of the same material function that applies snow to the tops of them. There's the particle effect that moves with the player camera that handles both snow and rain and any kind of precipitation. There's the volume fog that just went away, as we saw, as it cleared up. The volumetric cloud in the sky has a material that needs to respond to season changes and weather changes. There's a wind actor. I mean, I could keep going for a while.
there's a lot. Suffice to say, there's a lot of stuff that goes into changing a region of the world into. Ooh, is that a little bit of thunder?
Oh,
Makes
take
me
a
wonder
moment
if it's
and just
too
join the queue.
ambitious, you know?
Oh, is this okay? So right now we're transitioning into like a storm, as well as the climate. This has been kind of sped up, right, for to showcase the different season transitions.
They're
Correct,
proving
yes.
it, though.
So right now we're getting some rain, which will usher in springtime, and so you'll see all the flora that's growing up right now out of the ground.
So it's like not only are they saying this is what we're going to do, they're proving it.
Where did
my
the sun
gosh.
go?
Snow's gone.
No snow.
This is unbelievable. And now we've added some additional particle effects with the butterflies and the bees and the insects.
Yep.
And in addition, it's like all the leaves now have grown on. There's a bunch of flowers that are present. James, talk to me a little bit about kind of how you're determining the flowers that are appropriate for each season.
Yeah, so one of the hardest things for setting this up was essentially making 4 biomes in one every season. And we kind of started with Wales as like a reference point.
My home country.
Yeah.
Not Wales, but the country Wales.
Yeah,
Country
yeah.
Wales, correct.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Well, technically, both are relevant to you, Tristan, because not only are you our lead environment artist, but you also are a very avid professional environment film guy, right? I've seen some of your stuff; it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Outside of this kind of stuff, I tend to spend my time filming nature, so it's kind of appropriate.
How often do you give that to the environment team as reference material?
Not often yet, but I'll be visiting Wales next week, so I'll be
Nice.
taking plenty of photos for reference.
This is no joke. Tristan got right up into the eyeball of this giant whale.
was
It's staring right
crazy.
into the camera. That was so cool, dude.
That was very crazy. Okay.
Is this a whale reference? Like they're going to monetize it to where, they take advantage of their whales or something? Like talking about whales a little bit too much. No, just kidding.
I've noticed that the animals have changed. The ambient sound has changed, and Kat has done an amazing job with the ambience in the Riverlands biome. It is. I feel like I am here, and not only that, but also kept it adaptive for the seasonal changes as well, right?
Looks like a different biome
I think
completely.
we also actually missed the winter bear back in the day, or back in the winters at biome, but that's okay. We'll see
There's
another
more.
one.
There's
next
more.
winter. Yeah.
Winter
But
bear.
yeah, James, sorry, I think we kind of cut you off.
No, that's fair.
But
That's fine.
if you
That's
want to
fine.
continue talking about how you went about the art process for this.
Oh yeah, no, it's just iterative like all artists, and Hal, one of our really great environment artists, and myself kind of worked really closely together to try to homogenize everything for the seasons. And I don't know, there's not much else to say. I kind of can see it.
That's true.
Did the
Yeah,
flowers bloom at a particular time of year?
They do.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, yeah, all the flowers will, decay and die in the fall and turn colors, and
I know why those guys are there. It's to harvest them. Come on, I would love to kill one of those things and harvest them.
even the animals, like Kieran right there, will shift based on the time of the year.
I love
Wow.
the glow on the Kieran's antlers.
Hmm Good job
Yeah,
on that,
That's just what Moody's in.
Gorgeous
Oh,
game,
that's
guys.
great.
Yeah, we'll
Now-
see that Kieran change in real time later on.
That's right.
Yeah.
So part of the relevance of this, not just from a beautiful aesthetic perspective here, but what makes it so unique is the dynamic element of these seasons and the weather systems changing to the behavior actions of the player, right? So, part of the triggers that can create seasonal change is not just time related for each of our biomes, but they're also indicated by events that occur on the server, whether that be certain raid bosses forming or a relic being acquired by a particular node and being activated to change potentially the weather out of a winter state into a spring state. And the reason why a node might have interest in doing that, of course, is because weather and the seasons also affect skills and abilities. They affect crops and gatherables,
Yeah, resources.
vehicles and mounts, ships, creatures and loot tables change. Their behaviors might change.
Sounds like a lot.
Resistances and weaknesses or synergies might be relevant in certain seasons or weather systems.
Now they said abilities. Imagine casting a fireball in the winter storm and it doesn't go nearly as far because it's a winter storm. And then like part of the path that I don't know, man. That seems like a lot to do, but we'll see, guys.
Targeting might change. The AoE radius might grow for a fire effect if you're in the middle of summer, or it might shrink if you're in the middle of a storm.
Wow.
You know, there's so much that goes into this system, and that's why you guys really spent a lot of time making sure that the environment reflects both at the quality we want and isn't just kind of an afterthought weather system. Because a lot of games that I've played, you know, you get just the visual effects kind of playing, and you get some rain or you get some snow. But what we've seen here in that transition from winter to spring was significant, and it persists. And each of these zones exist in these different states at different times across different servers. I saw those birds just fly by, and it scared the crap out of me. I was like, what was that?
You didn't expect that.
I did not.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of the more traditional weather biomes, I guess you could say, in terms of seasons, but we will be taking things a little weird with some of the other biomes as well.
Look at all the flora.
Oh, I
Completely
You're gonna
different.
see- yeah, I think there's fall coming.
Yeah, it's shifting the fall.
Oh,
I
wow.
see the leaves starting to spawn.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all
gosh.
changing.
And the little dust devil. Oh, that looks great.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love it. Wow, look at the color
Yeah, the
change.
color. That's my favorite part about everything is just the colors.
It was really hard to nail down the color change, but I think we pulled it off.
That is
I
amazing.
think you guys more than pulled it off. Yeah, even internally, like when we showed a very early version of this to the entire company, what it was maybe like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. There was
look
people
at
that were
that
like
tree.
crying practically.
Yeah, that I mean, I'm watching the updates every week, every day actually.
Yeah.
I'm about to tear up.
And I just keep getting like goosebumps watching this, thinking, and again, just to reiterate, these trans, and I'm sure I've already said this on the stream.
I honestly don't even believe it so far. I feel like we're watching some pre-rendered fake demo or something. I mean,
Which is tomorrow. But these transitions are sped up in order to demonstrate, you know, what that move for the world looks like. But ultimately, these seasons exist on a weekly basis, unless they're event-driven or have other triggers. Right? They might last longer if you don't deal with the dragon, or if you keep that relic active. But these on a cycle, on a cyclical perspective, as a normal season transition might be, exist within a 1 week time frame, right? And then it
4
transitions
seasons a
over
month.
a period of hours. But right now you're seeing it sped up over the course of 30 seconds.
Yeah, correct. I mean, in real time, it's going to be almost unnoticeable to the naked eye. You know, like kind of naturally how it is in real life. We're not going to do it over the course of the year, of course, but you know, a couple hours, maybe half a day.
Ooh, is that a dragon?
could you imagine going to sleep and it's summer, waking up and it's fall?
Yeah, it is a dragon.
Oh.
You might want to take it.
Which boss
cautiously.
is that? Oh man, it's starting to snow.
It's hard to see.
Nice
Where is it?
dragon.
But yeah,
Oh, look at!
So-
I love that.
so the weather events will usher in the different seasons as well. So you'll know when the new season is going to change, just based on the weather that's happening. But to the naked eye, you're not really going to see it happening this quickly.
Yeah,
Obviously,
real
this
time.
is just a very visual demonstration of what's available and how we can work with it.
I've never
Oh
seen
my
a game
gosh,
like this,
is
guys.
beautiful.
There's
I've
the
seen
bears.
games try and
The bears.
portray this.
Oh, that guy's probably cold right now.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Wasn't he just brown?
I
Wasn't he
love
just a
the-
brown
I
bear?
love, the dirty coat underneath the bear. It sells it so good.
Yeah, currently planning with weather to have like
Those were the
rain
same
and
ones
snow
earlier.
be kind of a thing where it snows more often in the winter and rains more often in the winter in some other
Wow.
places, and basically leveraging some of the new features of Unreal Engine, like
I'm harvesting that one too. It looks too damn good to not eat.
being able to sample the global distance field and the material to be able to have the snow accumulate in the crevices of objects as as summer comes on and melts away the snow, it melts in the crevices last. Or if it starts to snow, then it kind of accumulates in the outer areas first, and the crevices fill in later, kind of thing. So there's
Or even saturates the
Yeah.
earth while it melts.
oh, yeah.
It's all soggy.
Oh, this looks great, and it looks like even the ground is getting wet. I can hear the footsteps change to the water.
Guys, soon an MMORPG is going to say, "Oh man, you're going to be able to taste the environment at this point."
So good.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that makes like a world come alive is not just.
Did the wind pick up in the storm?
It did.
My hat is going crazy.
But yeah, like all the elements coming together really sell it. Like you can take away one of the things and everything just kind of falls apart. Like no wind, the life or the environment just doesn't feel
Oh,
alive. But
they're green now.
add some wind and suddenly everything comes to life.
Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Yeah, this is unbelievable. One of the things that is huge about this season system and how it affects crops and the gatherables in the game is the impact it will have on the economy, right? When a particular area no longer is capable for a week's period of time or even potentially longer of producing a certain type of crop or harvestable, and that has to change across the world regionally. Now the transit system of those materials, of those gatherables, they become more relevant and they're
Wow,
subject
boats.
to potential risk, and the prices might go up in certain areas. It is something that is actually very instrumental in the overall design of the economy in the game. Speaking of economy, are those two merchant ships?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like maybe the strait opens up and suddenly they're able to transport goods a little faster.
Right.
We're playing with the idea of freezing over rivers and things, but
Yeah.
the implications, it opens up a lot of can of worms. Like someone could get trapped under the ice, but we'll figure it out if it's possible.
I think you should trap them.
Yeah. or even also something that's very easily done that we've talked about since 2017, and such a big component of this system coming to life and seeing it at the quality bar that it's at. I mean, like, again, I say this, I haven't seen this really in any other game, let alone MMORPG, where seasons impact so much of the design. And part of that also, again, on the economy front, is you might have a mountain pass. And during winter, that mountain pass is always closed. And so the trade routes on land change with caravans. And that's something that can not only exist on a cyclical level, but also dynamically based on player activity.
Reminds me of R-Gauge.
I mean, that is a very big difference. Can I play with the wind? Can I help those ships out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
believe so.
We definitely gave Steven some God mode controls here to demonstrate some more of the systems in a more dynamic, real-time way. As he ushers in some
Let
thunder.
there be rain! Look at this. This is great. I love how the distance visibility changes and the night, the kind of overhead cast comes online.
Yep.
You're gonna sink the boats with all that water.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Graphic fidelity, this game has it. But we will see when it comes to raids, PvP, skill usage.
I forgot. My bad, guys.
Oh, no, it's good. They needed the fresh water anyway, so.
I feel like they're just
Can I
focusing
play-
too
let me
much
dial
on the
up the wind a
environment,
little
not
bit,
not saying it's a
make it a
bad
little bit crazier. Oh, I love the grass movement. This is crazy. Look at my hair, or my hat is going wild. I love the cloth physics too.
When the rain dies down and the sun hits the grass when it's windy, it looks really cool.
Let me
Grinding
do
really
that.
good.
I have some God controls that they gave me for this demonstration. So let me turn the rain off.
Yep.
And turn on maybe the wind by itself.
There you go.
Oh, look at the wave movement across the grass. How did you get that to occur?
Hacks?
So there's a noise function that we've got in both materials and in blueprints, so that eventually later it needs to be converted to C++ because it's like 300 times faster when it goes into C++. But basically the same function is duplicated in two places. So we have it in the materials that generates the noise in ripples that goes across the player, and in the program, the CPU side of things, the value of the wind at the player location gets sent to the audio system. So the wind picks up in audio as a wave of snow, or a wave of wind passes by the player.
I don't know, Chronicles of Illyria. I'm telling you, you guys had 8 mil, and you guys can't even clear your fog of war. And look at what these guys are doing. You guys better get your shit together.
I'm going through the seasons like that. I just did a quick transition for the audience to see how much control I have right now.
Yeah, so we gave Steven a sped up timeline of the ability to forward and also reverse seasons if you want to, get a little crazy with it. But
Oh yeah, I see that.
so you can go from
Now I can pause it.
Yep.
Ooh, I love the winter.
Floating
Put
island.
some snow. Let me put some snow on.
Yeah.
Wait
Yeah.
for it.
Let's see some snow.
Oh yeah. Oh again, look at that. I love the fog, and the effects now start kicking off the ground.
Oh yeah. So everything's built into the system with the sense that like they can change dynamically. Like yeah, you're not going to get that gust of wind in certain locations when it's summer, but when it's winter, it kicks in.
Oh, we should watch this Kieran real
Oh.
quick. Can we do that?
So go
Go
to
for
the
it.
ones actually turn around and
Oh,
get
yeah?
the view in the background. I think.
Yeah, that's
Follow
a good,
some
good
of the
call.
ones down
Good
there.
call. Let me go see these
couple of
guys.
Hopefully they play
Hello,
nice.
Kieran. Come here, little friends.
There they are.
All right, I need you guys in the shot. I need you guys to step over here. Hey, can you move to the left, please?
We need a feeding system where you can just like walk up and like hold out your hand.
Or
and,
some
like,
type of
they come and eat.
husbandry where I can make
Yeah.
my own.
Oh, that's right.
There we go. He listened. It just took him a second.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Let me grab
Jincy did a
this.
great job on those guys.
Grab
Oh,
this
yeah.
shot. All
Yeah,
right,
these
here
are
we go.
fantastic models.
Watch the Kieran change. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
It changed with the seasons.
Grassy,
That was fun
bushy
for me to
type of
figure out.
tail.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks
Looks good.
so good, James.
And see, like, in our original cinematic that I believe we've shown, or we will be showing during the live stream, like where we, talked about seasons in our Kickstarter.
Yes.
Those were just dissolves between environments that we did in post-production, and I'm sure people think we're doing the same thing in our new cinematic, but, no, it's actually happening real time. There's no trickery, no fakery.
Okay.
It's all
Yeah,
I
this
want
is
that as my
all
mount now.
authentic.
Beautiful and authentic. I love it. Let me.
This is the major leagues now.
Imagine the mount changing too.
I love it. Okay, tell me a
'Cause it
little
gets
bit
snow on it?
about the weather effects. And I know that the effects team isn't here right now, but we might be getting some insight to their work next month, maybe on stream. We'll see. But you also have the effects interacting with the environment. Like I was seeing some streams of rain that was coming down that Adrian did some work on some of the portcullises.
Yeah, there's individual particle effects that can be placed on some of these assets that kind of responds to changes in weather that look like, rain collecting in areas or like sheeting off of flat surfaces. If you go underneath like a tunnel or something, you see it dripping more intensely. I think we'll have a tool to auto place that, but worst case, we can have it be hand placed.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Same
love
thing with
that.
the dust devils, the butterflies, the bees.
The leaves. They kick butt.
The trees move and everything. I love seeing it.
I love the tree movement too. It's so funny in a lot of the games that I played. The wind effects can either look really, really good, or they can look really, really bad, and usually not much in between. But I like how our trees, you have this variance in movement from the trunk itself to the leaves. How do you guys do that?
We actually had
I just don't want it to be Ashes of Creation environment simulator, and then like that's all it is. You know what I mean?
to home roll our own solutions. So the trees were made in a program called Speed Tree.
Oh wow, look at that
And
dragon up
We had
there.
a little bit of trouble getting the speed tree nodes and the materials for the trees to function correctly, so we just made our own version of wind for now. But yeah, we just kind of take the tree position, and a lot of information about the tree is encoded to the UV coordinates. There's about 7 or 8 UV coordinate spaces. And each one has like, is it a leaf? Is it a frond or branch? How far down the branch is it? And we just use that data to drive a bunch of rotations. Some of the information encoded in the UV coordinates is what's the pivot point of this branch. So I just kind of rotate around that branch.
Yeah, that looks
This is the future of MMORPGs, guys. Like this is Unreal Engine 5 in action. These people are taking advantage of it. I love seeing it.
great. That looks really
But do I need a 5080 in order for me to run this?
cool. I love that. And then there another thing we're talking about was having like wetness effects and snow pile up on rocks and buildings and stuff.
Like a river
That's one thing
forming.
we're doing for wetness of the terrain. If you look at the dirt path, as it gets wetter, and I'm not sure how visible this is because it also gets cloudy and dark, and maybe they can stream compression. But as it gets wet, we use the height element of the terrain materials to figure out where puddles should form, and it should be able to see it. It doesn't do it so much on a slope, so it might look more visible on a flat terrain.
Here we go, right here. I see it
But
there.
yeah, at the lower areas of the terrain height, it gets kind of glossy like puddles.
Oh, that looks great.
And a similar thing for snow. As the snow is melting, it evaporates, or it is removed from the areas of where there's high material ambient occlusion.
Then they come by and start drinking from the
It removes
puddle.
it from the high ambient occlusion places last.
Very cool.
Then you see shit on the ground. You have to pick it up and use it as fertilizer.
Switch to snow. I wanna talk a little bit about the building thing here. Hold on.
Yeah, so I was going to say we also had our other artists working on some modular sets and various things that we can use to construct a lot of the ancient ruins of the Ayla race that were once here in Vera before the how would you describe it, the event where everyone left?
The Exodus, the apocalypse,
Exodus,
the
that's right.
end of the world.
Yep. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, this is an
Ice
example of like obstructions.
Yeah, so and in design you might not be able to access certain areas in
Wait a
location, but
minute.
there's something there.
Open.
Oh.
Open for me.
Just so
I
happens.
command you.
You might want to.
Can they? Oh yeah, there it goes.
Abracadabra.
Yes, melt. Oh, there's a
Oh, boy.
door. Why is
What
it so
is going on?
bright in there?
I don't know.
What is going on? Wait a minute.
It's like
I don't even know if I want to go in there. To be fair.
Hold on. You might have to change the weather here. We might need to.
Wait. Reveal yourself, Snow. I command you to stop. I feel like there is something.
Sometimes during certain seasons.
What
you
is
might-
that? Oh,
Oh no.
oh my
What
god.
is
Oh, it's a sandal.
what is
Yes. That is so awesome. Who did put that in there?
Same chocolate that my grandma used
Yeah,
to
that
throw
was
at me.
done by our amazing artist Hal. She
Oh, Hal.
cranked that
Heat
out real
seeking,
quick
guys.
for you with a nice little inscribed S there.
That is so cool. Oh, that is Steven's sandal. I
I'm
found
pretty sure
it.
we're gonna auction off like your sandals at
I
some
found I found my sandal. But
You
wait,
actually
to be
gotta
fair,
find
it's
the other
missing.
Golden.
Oh, is there another one?
There's two. The sandals come in pairs, so
Wait a minute.
I
You should
assume
try
there's
some mantling. and
Where
find
is
the
this?
seller.
Where is this other? Oh, can I? Is this like a little
Yeah,
Maybe.
jump puzzle?
little jump puzzle for you.
Little jump puzzle. All right, let's see if I can do this. Wah! Let me up. Let me up, sir.
and it's just a bit of parkour. So yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Do I like jump across this way?
Oh no, I think it's to your left there. You can get it either way. There's always.
I would love to
my
have
God.
platforming.
Oh, just barely.
small
Wow.
Skin of my teeth.
The platforming has to be
Oh,
good.
Stairs. It's dark. I can't see.
Oh, it is a little dark right now.
Ooh.
It's getting
There we
lighter.
go. Okay.
Lumen's
I
kicking in.
found it. I think I found it.
Ah, there you
Ah!
go.
My other sandal.
Collector's editions.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That is so cool. That is awesome.
For 2 times the damage.
Well, I have to say, back when we talked about seasonal changes and weather systems and all of these things being interconnected with design elements and systems in the game, I remember that we showed off the kind of very early prototyping that we were doing back in like 2017, and we probably actually just showed that on the stream. Lol. But
Yep.
I never thought that it would come to this level of quality.
Yeah, in fact, when I first kind of faked this kind of seasonal tech back before the Kickstarter even happened, I think I was a little intimidated myself. But,
Right. Yeah, the prototype that we did, like there were significant challenges of
Yeah.
making that possible. But this is next level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to James and Hal and Brian for cranking out all the biome stuff, and then Brandon and Adam for cranking out these amazing ruins.
And Scott for the new trees too.
Scott Allen, our new foliage go-to guy, is the one that cranked out some of these pretty epic. Was it the ash trees?
Yes, those big ash trees.
Don't mind my god powers. I have god powers. This is not
That's
powers
sick.
you will have, players. This is just what I can do.
And also, not to
Is that hopium?
Hans, our new landscape master, he's took a swing at this landscape for us and did us some of the epic views. So all around an amazing job by everybody.
Yeah, we were all pretty intimidated when we were having the initial meetings to start working on this, but everyone pulled together and
you guys really.
Guys, I can already see it. Beautiful landscape. Changes seasons. 500,000 bots.
Yeah, Dynamite team.
That's all I'm saying.
You guys have done a tremendous, a phenomenal job. I think the community will let you hear this in chat. That this is a next level presentation for seasons and weather and for an environment, really, and an MMO that I've ever seen.
And not to forget, of course, like, that's not just us, but also, the entire effects team, our new audio artist, Kat, and, the character team for getting that cloth physics and all the other goodness going. So.
I can already see the bots running.
And this is a work in
downhill.
progress still. This is nowhere near complete. This is actually still the great thing about our development that I personally love is that we invite the community to watch, right? And over the years, they can go back and they can look on our YouTube and they can see the quality of art continue to improve over time, right? And that's the cool thing about art is that it's never really finished. Like there is always elements you will be tweaking and you will be touching up and you will be taking second, third, fourth, 10th passes on, even as the game launches and we go through expansions. Like these are things that art continually to improves upon, uses new technologies for. I mean, you guys are the masters of the visuals here.
They need a device to play.
My favorite thing is. Go ahead, Tristan.
Go ahead. No.
Yeah. So like many heads are better than one. A lot of people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this one looks great, but it could be maybe slightly better in this area." And they'll have a screenshot or video to show us, a different way to look at it, and we just leverage the hive mind of all of humanity when we're doing this, and we're just getting the best of everything. It's really
hive
good.
mind, I like that.
Like, why do you even need to get better than this at this point?
That's very cool. Well, we are going to go back to stream, but everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed this presentation. The best is still yet to come because this is stuff that we are constantly working on, as we said, and we have some amazing artists at Intrepid, and by the way, we are hiring, so if you have any favorite devs or projects out there that you know of, please send them our way, intrepidstudios.com. I cannot express enough just how excited I am to live inside of Vera, and I think that our community is chomping at the bits to live there with me, and all of us. It is.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, we could probably just sit here and let this run for 10 hours straight and put it on YouTube
totally do that.
Monetize it or something like that.
Monetize it? What?
Oh, geez, just.
Tristan.
Oh God, that's just what we need. Them thinking about making money at all times.
Those 10-hour
Perfect.
ambient loops.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
We were talking about it today, how we just left this running yesterday after one of our tests, and we came back to the conference room and it was still running and it was still windy and it was perfect. It was just like, oh wow, it's still alive and running.
Absolutely.
I constantly get distracted.
Yeah, my computer didn't crash. Who would have thought?
It's actually kind of it's calming and great to just when you're working, just sit there and stare at it for 5 minutes.
I literally have this exact scene on my computer desktop right now, just running.
Making money is calming.
Outside when you can go to Vera.
Absolutely. Love it. All right, guys. We are going to see you guys back on stream. Tristan, James, Brian, thanks for hanging out with me and explaining your really cool, amazing job at making Vera a place that we all want to live in. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate the work that you guys do to making this dream a reality and how much our community loves it.
All right, guys. Seems like that is pretty much it. Thank you all for checking it out. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a nice day, all right?